Okay, can you do one more thing real quick? I got another one. Just real quick. Okay, so I met this girl a while back. She had a real impact on me. I don't know if we'll ever be anything, but like I wrote a rap about her. So. Once again, it's Mr. Engineer rapping and flowing. Now I got all the attention of the girls here in Logan. Yeah, they all want a piece of my pie. They want a piece of this guy, but I just shrug and I shout because I got a little shawty in my sight. She at my 12 o'clock. I love it when she out dancing, when she merely rock. When she look into my eyes, man, my heart just pop. She really loves this school, so she involved a lot. She got more titles in the bag than the dealership. Been sitting in pit really busy, so just deal with it. If she got some spare time, she might fit you in. But if not, then honestly, don't even try again. Cause she's so clean, she a queen, you know she run this town. The speed bumps on the road can't even slow her down. You know this girl, she a lady and a scholar. The type of girl you wanna bring home to meet your mama. But Step Bronx and put you on pause just like a comma. She ain't playing no games and she ain't about the drama. When I'm with her, time just stop like a broken clock. My time her been underkeep, but she make me go insane. She make me real crazy. She the Bonnie to my Clyde, Beyonce to my Jay-Z. Yeah, I'm real surprised she ain't tired from running through my mind. She remind me of my spare change kid, cause she a dime. She really hard to catch. She got me out chasing. She got me falling her for her love like I'm bad at skating. Ain't no bigger flex than having her in my car. She be writing all my raps and got me playing guitar. She got a bright light you can probably see from afar. This girl probably in the crowd. Yeah, you know who you are. Yeah, you know who you are. All right, Merry Christmas, guys.
I think it should be good. Okay. All right, what up, weenies? All right, so I will be doing kind of like a dramatic reading of something that's just really gotten me through a lot of hard times. So I hope that this really just resonates with you guys and that you really enjoy it. Yeah, so we're just gonna go get started. All right, we're good. All right, we're good. All right, ready? Everybody's just talking at me. Everybody's just trying to get in my head. I just really need to listen to my own heart talking. I need to learn to just count on myself instead. But did you ever lose yourself to get what you want? Did you ever just get on the ride and just want to get off? Did you ever just push away the ones you should have held so close? Did you ever just let go? Did you ever not know? Because I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot, because that's who I am. That is my plan. Will I ever end up on top? You can bet on it. It's no good at all to see yourself and not recognize your face. Because out in the world, it's just such a scary place. Ooh. The answers are all just inside of me. All I gotta do is believe. Because I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. Because that's who I am. That is my plan. Will I ever end up on top? You can bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. This is Hannah Coburn and you're watching Disney Channel. All right, bye, weenies.
Oh no, I think it's so funny if you go on. I'll be like, and now.
Hey guys. Y'all are my friends. Yeah, so we all know why you're here. You want a poem, and I have that, so I'm gonna do some poetry. I'm a bit of an odd shape. I have skinny arms, but a big waist that rises up to my torso, which contrasts with my toned legs. They demand space, these wide shoulders and chest, and its forwardness makes me feel awkward sometimes. Anxiety is something that follows me when I have to try on shirts for the first time because clothes will be too loose in one spot and busting buttons in another. I am not smothered by wrong-fitting clothes. No, I am smothered by the emotions that hit me when I think about if wrong-fitting clothes mean that I don't fit in personally. That was churning out diplomas for people that fit, but I couldn't complete it at the time because I was looking for something other than a diploma. I was trying to find my health again. I am in odd shape. At 26 years old, I was diagnosed with ADHD. The specialist told me that I had some problems with memory. She even asked, "Have you ever injured your brain?" I said, "No." This is just the hand I was dealt in this game. She described it as being severely impaired, and suddenly I realized I had fared so well despite the things I had been facing. So I started giving myself credit for things, and I began to learn to embrace my odd shape. Because odd shapes fill in cracks of broken things. We bring together pieces that have potential to be whole. We are stories cried from a dark place that tells the sun we are ready to rise with it, shine with it, be kind with it, even though it's hard living with it. But we do because somehow to live with building blocks is to grow exponentially. Finally, I feel like I'm beginning to understand that being an odd shape is something freeing because you can just be happy with who you are. A wide shoulder is the best for hugs. My struggles with my health has taught me not to give up, and my ADHD is the thing that helped me have the idea to write a poem about how we're all odd shapes. Thank you.
All right, one more hand for them, please. And now, the reason you're all here for more interpretive dancing from Archer. Next time. Okay. Continuing our story. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a big Aggie shuttle and 8 tiny deer. With a big burly driver so lively and cool, I knew in the moment he must be Big Blue. More rapid than cougars, his shuttle it came. He shouted and backflipped and called them by name. Now Aggie, now Scotsman, now Merrill, now Bean. On Clara, on Colton, on Ben, and on Team. To the top of the A, to the top of Old Main. Now dash away, have no restraint. All right, that's all I got. Archer, please come back. I need the names. Cool.
Okay, our next performers are Evan Christensen, Tori Smith, and Bethany Fox.
So we're all Evan Christensen, by the way. And then she was needing a mic. Does that one work?
Yeah, they're over here. And then the end over there is one. It does. Okay, YouTube good?
It's pretty hard.
work. Cool.
Yeah, it's
All right. Thank you, Pobev, for having us. We're going to sing a song by the Monkees. It's called Me and Magdalena. Me and Magdalena, we're driving south through Monterey. As the sun is slowly sinking into a distant ocean wave, I don't know if I've ever loved any other half as much as I do in this light she's under. Tell me, Magdalena, what do you see in the depths of your night? Do you see your long-lost father? Does he hold you with the hands you remember as a child? But no, everything lost will be recovered when you drift into the arms of the undiscovered. And I don't know if I've ever loved any other half as much as I do in this light she's under. Me and Magdalena, always leaving early and sleeping late. Secluded in a canyon, lost within a turn of fate. But no, everything lost will be recovered when you drift into the arms of the undiscovered. And I don't know if I've ever loved any other half as much as I do in this light she's under.
whoever's singing should be right here. Oh yeah, no, I forgot about that. Here, yeah, you plug in that one. No, that one's his.
Hello.
Make sure you stay close to the mic.
I'm Tori. This is Caden. We're going to sing a little Fleetwood Mac cover for you. I'm going to sing, and he's going to play guitar with me. Okay. Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't she love to love her? She lives her life like a bird in flight, and who will be her lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? She is like a cat in the night, and then she is the darkness. Takes to the sky like a bird in flight, and when the sky is starless. All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Would you ever win? Will you ever win? She rings like a bell through the night, and then you love to love her. She lives her life like a gray skylarkin. Who will be her lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win? Rhiannon, Rhiannon. Taken by the sky. Taken by the sky. Thank you.
I do this one. And then I think that's the right height for you.
Maybe it's a little tiny short.
Come on, Bethany.
That's good.
Okay.
Perfect. Hi, guys. Are we... 1 second. Oh, I did my part, okay. Anyways, so I was talking to my roommate earlier today. It's still... Oh? There we go. That one right there. Hey. And we were talking about how if you're not cuffed at this point, you're gonna be single for the holidays. And that's kind of a bummer, right? So that got me thinking, usually at this time of year, I am single. Actually, not usually. I've never been in a relationship around Christmas, okay? Yeah. But this year, I was like, actually, I kind of feel a little bit different. So I wrote a song. Here it is. It's called Christmas Tree Polaroid. Yeah. December is right around the corner. December was around the corner when I wrote this. The dinner was nice, but I'm glad it's over. The twins are both married, their husbands are charming, and I couldn't be happier. 'Cause I don't wanna be that kind of person. When the snow starts falling, they start cursing how they're single and lonely, just wishing they could be with someone. Well, that's not me. I don't wanna be someone's gingerbread boo. I'm okay, better than alright, sitting by the fire, just me tonight. The pity party this time of year, I'll just avoid. 'Cause it's just me and my Christmas tree Polaroid. Surround myself with paper snowflakes. That was the first verse, guys. Surround myself with paper snowflakes. I winter wonder why I've never had a Christmas heartbreak. I feel like Frosty on the front lawn. He stands alone and he never knows for how long. 'Cause I don't wanna be that kind of person. When the snow starts falling, they start cursing how they're single and lonely, just wishing they could be with someone. Well, that's not me. I don't wanna be someone's gingerbread boo. I'm okay, better than alright, sitting by the fire, just me tonight. This pity party this time of year, I'll just avoid. 'Cause it's just me and my Christmas tree. Lights are shining on the tree. Ooh, shine some light on nobody with me. Lights are shining on the tree. Ooh, shine some light on nobody with me. 'Cause that's not me. I don't wanna be someone's gingerbread boo. I'm okay, better than alright, sitting by the fire, just me tonight. The pity party this time of year, I'll just avoid. 'Cause it's just me and my Christmas tree Polaroid. 'Cause it's just me and my Christmas tree Polaroid. And also, who needs a boyfriend when you have matching Christmas pajamas with your roommate? Stand up, guys. Yeah, not to flex, but actually, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Let's give another huge round of applause for all those icons. Awesome. All right. Apparently, we're on to the next story, and this time I'm not going to run off stage because Kelsey called me a wimp.
It's true. But before we continue the interpretive dancing, it occurred to me that we haven't really introduced ourselves, besides me saying that Archer here is going to interpretive dance. So I'm Kelsey Benson. Hello, everyone. We're members of the series committee. I'm an international studies major. I like fancy cheeses. That's me.
I'm Archer Dame. I'm a music therapy major. Yeah, it's kind of fun over there. Yeah, and I also like fancy cheeses, but I can only afford like Tillamook cheddar right now. So, yeah.
All right. While we get a little more real here, I've got a question for all of you. So, how are finals going? Good for the one person who yelled, "I'm doing good." Besides that, it made me think of that reading the next portion of the poem. So we continue. As motivation of students that before finals fly, after Thanksgiving break they take to the sky. So up to the campus the shuttle it flew, with a bus full of finals and Big Blue too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney Big Blue came with a bound. Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, on to our next performers of the night. So I can finally stop dancing. Okay, our next performers are Denise Gossio, Natalie White, and Aubrey Patterson.
Hey, perfect. Hi, y'all. You miss me? So it's Christmas time. Fun fact, I am a strange person because I'm not into Christmas that much. Calm down. But yeah, so I wrote a little poem. However, you have to kind of give me credit. I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep because I didn't go to sleep for like a minute. So it may be rough because I had to do some little edits, but I hope you all enjoy it. It is called My Cup of Cocoa. Warm, steamy, and oh so satisfying when it touches your lips. And as you drink, the warmth spreads across your chest. The sweet, creamy taste that touches your tongue as soon as you take that first sip is a taste that I cannot properly express. This is the drink that is always popular in the holidays. I've never met anyone who has ever had something bad to say. Everyone has different ways of making it, which is perfectly fine with me. Though what I prefer to do is mix mine with some sugar for sweetness, whipped cream to make it nice and creamy, and some cinnamon to make sure that it has some spice, just like me. Don't think I forgot the fluffy marshmallows that are always fun to put in. I really like the big ones because those are what makes the fun really begin. Besides the wonderful taste that it has and the warmth that it always brings, this amazing little drink is something that always seems to lighten the mood of things. Just like people, it can come in many different flavors and ways. There's white chocolate, caramel, milk chocolate, and my personal favorite, Coco Samoa, which is one that doesn't get enough praise. Side note, Coco Samoa is just something that's like made from the actual cocoa bean. So, fun fact. Like people, if you do too much, they'll start to boil and be too hot to the touch. Do too little and they start to become cold, seeming like they don't care as much. To make sure that you always have a perfect cup, no matter what, add what is needed and take the time to check in so you can always know what's up. Putting all that aside, this is one thing that I will always look forward to when it starts to get cold. I see this as something that everyone can enjoy, no matter how old. Some people like to make it and sit around with family, playing games, watching movies, or taking some photos. All of these are always nice. However, as for me, I'd like to sit back, wrapped up in my favorite blanket, and just get to enjoy my cup of cocoa. Thank you.
So, next bit. I have an idea, but I can do it later. Do you have anything in mind? All right, series of confessions. First of all, I feel bad for calling Archer a wimp, so I will let him choose if he interprets this as me. Second, every time I walk up the stage, I almost go right past the stairs and fall to my death. So please pray for me, send vibes, do your thing. 3, I'm not actually reading from this book. Just like, I've been lying to you all night. This is a book called
Okay,
The Law.
so I have a confession to make. I forgot I was doing this until today, so I actually didn't even settle on a song until about 15 minutes ago because I've been so busy. But I will be singing Last Christmas by Wham, so.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice shy, I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? No, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Happy Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kiss me now, you know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Crowded room with friends with tired eyes. I'm hiding from you and you're soul of ice. I thought you were someone to rely on. Me, I guess I was a shoulder to cry on. Face of a lover with the fire in his heart. A man undercover, but you tore me apart. Ooh, ooh, now I found a real love, you'll never fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but you gave me away. Ooh, ooh, I'll give it to someone special.
Thank you.
Is this on? Testing. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Hello. All right, hi y'all. This is my rendition of River. Bear with me. I have something called stage fright, so it's a real thing. Sorry, one sec. I'm trying to get comfortable. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. So I'm gonna make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. He tried hard to help me. He put me at ease. And he loved me so deeply and made me weak in the knees. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Sorry. I'm so hard to handle. I'm selfish and I'm sad. Gonna lost the best baby that I've ever had. No, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby say goodbye. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Thank y'all.
Or not. Or
Hi, guys. All right. I have decided before our next few performances, I have a series of confessions. Okay? First of all, prior to Pobev today, I was not quite in the Christmas spirit. Okay? Earlier today, and even the last few days, I was not quite in the Christmas spirit. And the reason for that was because about 72 hours ago, my study abroad was canceled. And that meant in about 30 days, I would be homeless. So, I have spent the last few days looking for housing, and about an hour before Pobev, I now have a home. So I want to say thanks to everyone who helped me. Thank you to all my friends. Second confession, I feel bad for calling Archer a wimp for not dancing. So I will give him free will if he would like to dance or not. And the third confession is I am not actually reading from this book. I have a phone here. This book is called The Law. This page is philanthropic tyranny, so I decided to read my poem instead. So if that's all right with you guys.
I cannot quite decide if I should dance, so what do you guys think? Should I? Should I dance? Wow, thank you. Thank you. I have never danced before, and so thank you. It means a lot.
All right, I'm still gonna hold the book up because it gives me confidence. On with our poem. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his uniform covered with ash and with soot. A bag full of gifts he had flung on his back, and he looked like a freshman with their freshly bought pack. His eyes, how they twinkled in a dark sort of hue. His cheeks were like roses, if roses were blue. His mouth was drawn up with his eyes crinkled tight, looking even more jolly than on true Aggie night. All right, that's all for now. Back to the music.
All right, give me a second. Okay, our next performance are Mason Garrett. Excuse me if I get your name wrong. It's a very cool name. Avarind Ravakumar and Reagan Tracy.
It had a D.
Yeah. I say.
Oh, music stand. I'll grab that.
Okay.
Nice glasses.
I like yours. Oh my gosh. That right there. Is that good? Okay. Then this mic needs to come down.
Sorry.
This one.
Oh, I'm supposed to do 4.
We'll just do 4 on the next one, right? Sorry.
Hello. Hey. Okay.
Strum again. Strum again. Keep strumming. Someone. Matthew. Okay, you're good.
Okay, I'm good. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I didn't really get the memo, and my song is not at all about Christmas. But Merry Christmas anyways. I was gonna do an intro, but I think the song speaks for itself. I wrote it like 4 days ago, and I'm gonna call it If I Ever. But if you think of a better name, then please let me know. Some days I tell myself I cannot ever be happy again.
Last time I was, that was when you and I were friends. Now I sleep with a new one who helps with the pain. Lately it seems my thoughts and I are all that remain. And if I ever get back on track, you'd probably be the last to know. Somehow I'll conjure a way to pay you back. But for now it'll have to suffice to say goodbye and go. Seems I could live in this town for 1,000 years and never see this winter's end. Maybe I'll cut off my hair just to feel like myself again. Nothing is real here. Can't shake the feeling that everything's wrong. I'll get stoned and watch that movie you liked, but the ending means more to me now that you're gone. And if I ever get back on track, you'd probably be the last to know. Somehow I'll conjure a way to pay you back. But for now it'll have to suffice to say goodbye and go. If you want someone to fuck it all up, just leave it to me. All of my precious anxieties, let intimacy be destroyed in my pride. Notice how it burns every time you try. And I know I chose this goodbye, but it hurts to know you're no longer on my side. If I ever get back on track, you'd probably be the last to know. Somehow I'll conjure a way to pay you back. But for now it'll have to suffice to say goodbye and go. Thanks.
Hello, hello. Howdy, everybody. So I've got, I guess, a bit of a poem. This one goes out to all the people who wake up very early to catch the bus, to get to school or to work or whatever, and feel a little piteous and a little bit sad of themselves. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but it's called Sunrise. Sunrise reminds us that night cannot persist, an eternal dance to which we have no right to cut in. As the day gives color to the night's silhouettes, the night gives breath to the day's breathlessness, and yet the very second thought after birth is that of death. And just as sunrise takes its first breath, I yawn for sunset. And then, that was a bit of a short one, so I had a second one if y'all are okay with that too. This one's for all the people trying to change. I turned down 6 figures at the age of 18 because I'd rather be lost than found looking so filthy. Take it from a kid who didn't understand love till the age of 13. Don't waste it like me, there's no rest for the guilty. 3rd grade, I found a family, but the nest was full and I was a maybe. Do you remember the crows that we found, Katie? I'm sorry I didn't understand you then, I used to talk crazy. But I thought crazy was my gift, because why else would they love me? I wish I failed the many times I did and I thought I should, just to escape the expectation that I would. But looking back, I miss thinking that I was good and they were wrong, that it was worth the cost and that I was strong. But strength costs me now, because I'm living lost. I still remember seeing the roses on your back, Miss Moss. First one to tell me it was okay to be lost. I didn't know the words then, but you gave me pause. Let me think, and then it came to me that it's not so hard. Why can't time just stop to let me feel my thoughts and breathe through the loss? Because I'm tired of being in the past, but the present is already gone, and fuck the future and dawn. It moves too fast, I could never catch it, and even with that inhaler, I will never pass it. Of all the great women I've done wrong in my life, the #1 spot goes to my own mom. I acted ungrateful and conceited, but now I've got some roses and I'm gonna make sure you receive it. I said I wanted to be remembered, but it's better to be forgotten. My mistakes so far already make me feel so rotten. I am not a legend, I am a lesson. That the model minority is a pedestal built by the highest authority, to be what no one wants you to be and act like it makes you happy, but don't suffer anymore. For the people who think you small, fear how your fire has made you hard. Focus within and find your mirror, that heart you deferred for one more year, and let it grow to learn for itself what dreams it holds dear. Thank you.
Hello, friends. I'm 5'5", I'm very short, but somewhat tall for a woman. Okay, so I love this time of year because it's really a great time to get some perspective and think about how much you've grown just in the past 30 days at this point. And so I really should have performed this poem at last POBEV because it's solely based around the month of November, but it is what it is. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you are inspired by it. And yeah. November 2019. I never knew days could be this dark. I never knew days could be this skin-splitting cold, with wind that seems to cut straight through your ribs, peeling away any hope you had for armor. I never knew I could still be alive after being so withered away. When the last animal buries itself in hibernation, when the last spider sheds its exoskeleton, when the last cold front cuts through the canyon, when the last drop of water becomes frozen in time, when the last leaf falls, I still remain. Frozen in place, fingertips black with death as it creeps up my hands, a slow and tempting threat. Perhaps I wasn't meant to be here at all. Death wanted no hand in my taking, so he left me the tools and the melancholy to do it myself. The blanket of silence the snow coats the world in is so loud, it's like I'm drowning in it. Avalanche after avalanche, I can't claw my way out of the snowstorm. But the gratitude I feel that I didn't fall with the snowflakes the day death wanted me to. November 2020. I am a prisoner of betrayal in the mind and heart. He loves me not, round and around we go, and when we stop, no one knows. He's there everywhere I go. I can't escape this misery. I wish I could scrub his touch from my skin. I beg for snowfall to come and cleanse my soul. I press my foot to the gas pedal until I'm a lifeless shell moving through space and time and screaming until my throat bleeds raw. This November is a feeling I am all too familiar with. And when you think it can't get worse, I'm blindfolded with rose-colored glasses stained opaque with the color of my own blood. I wouldn't see until it was too late, when November of 2020 seemed like paradise compared to this never-ending cycle of never being good enough, never being there enough, never being his enough. November of 2021. The clouds dissipate. The screaming becomes quiet. Everything is still, peaceful. Warm autumn sun on my face, a faint song of the birds chirping with life. I look in the mirror and my reflection smiles back at me. It's quite a feat she made it all this way with minimal scars. She looks different now. She's stronger, she stands taller, her eyes are still gentle despite seeing hardened visions. I enjoy being with this new me. She's okay, she's happy, really happy. She's learned that the opposite of love is indifference. The past is no longer a concern and the future is bright and oh so lovely. I made it. I lived to see the brighter November. I lived to see the woman shaped by those autumn days. The road less traveled became my broken down highway. It was a nightmare, but I still hitchhiked my way home, just in time to see the last leaf of autumn fall, along with the person I used to be that lifetime of 365 days ago. Thank you. Have a great Poviv.
Hi guys, let's give a hand for those last performers. We're gonna take a brief break from Kelsey's story so I can rest. Anyway, but also we wanna talk about how much it takes to get up and perform and read your original works and sing your original works. It takes a lot of guts, so let's give them a huge round of applause, all of the performers, all the ones who have and all the ones who will come, and how great they are doing. Okay, our next performers are Kevin Thomas, Kalani Kelly, and Paul Bradford.
I always get up here and I get nervous because there's always a lot more people than I realize. But my name is Kevin, and I will be performing a poem titled Nothing Ever Changes. Nothing ever really changes. 8 hours of consciousness fueled by that little orange bottle could never allow me, despite the infinite grains of sand that make up the beach. No matter how hard I try to cup them in my shaky hands, they elude me like inspiration. They lock themselves behind the door that rests in the middle of the hourglass. A sandcastle feels more out of reach than the oceans beyond the walls of my asylum. The mirrors taunt me with my reflection and proclaim their boredom to me. I am forbidden to touch the glass. The celestial glow beyond remains quick, to remind me that the burn is my own work and this echo chamber is my own path. Is this really the path I want? Is this purgatory a sentence written by my hand? Am I the author of my fate? Another 8 hours have passed and I can no longer comprehend the floor that falls beneath me and the mirror that stares back at me. Despite the echoes that consume me and the floor that falls beneath me, I find myself at the threshold and I grab a handful of inspiration. My only prayer is that it will guide me until I open my eyes at noon and return to the orange bottle as the hourglass flips again. Day after day, the glass proclaims its boredom, and month after month, my sandcastles fall apart. Everything is exactly the same as it was, yet I don't dare revisit the reflection I no longer recognize. I fear he will tell me that I was right, because if nothing is everything, and everything is nothing, I guess nothing ever really changes. Thank you.
Okay, so normally I come and I sing, but I decided to do this last minute. So I'm going to include you in a family tradition. What we do every single Christmas season is we read from a Christmas countdown of stories and songs. And it's my favorite thing in the world. So I'm just gonna sing a verse of the song for today and then read you the Christmas story. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing ye dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Okay, the song for today is The Man Who Missed Christmas by J. Edgar Park. It was Christmas Eve, and as usual, George Manson was the last to leave the office. He walked over to a massive safe, spun the dials, and swung the heavy door open. Making sure the door would not close behind him, he stepped inside. A square of white cardboard was taped just above the topmost row of the strong boxes. On a card, a few words were written. George Mason stared at those words, remembering. Exactly 1 year ago, he had entered the self-same vault. And then, behind his back, slowly, noiselessly, the ponderous door swung shut. He was trapped, entombed in the sudden and terrifying dark. He hurled himself at the unyielding door, his hoarse cry sounding like an explosion. Through his mind flashed all the stories he had heard of men found suffocated in time vaults. No time clock controlled this mechanism. The safe would remain locked until it was opened from the outside tomorrow morning. Then realization hit him. No one would come tomorrow. Tomorrow was Christmas. Once more he flung himself out the door, shouting wildly, until he sank on his knees exhausted. Silence came, high-pitched, singing silence that seemed deafening. More than 36 hours in a steel box, 3 feet wide, 8 feet long, and 7 feet high. Would the oxygen last? Panting and breathing heavily, he felt his way around the floor. Then, in the far right-hand corner, just above the floor, he found a small circular opening. Quickly, he thrust his finger into it and felt a faint but unmistakable cool current of air. The tension release was so sudden that he burst into tears. But at last, he sat up. Surely he would not have to stay trapped for the full 36 hours. Somebody would miss him. But who? He was unmarried and lived alone. The maid who cleaned his apartment was just a servant. He had always treated her as such. He had been invited to spend Christmas Eve with his brother's family, but children got on his nerves and expected presents. A friend had asked him to go to a home for elderly people on Christmas Day and play the piano. George Mason was a good musician. But he had made some excuse or other. He had intended to sit at home, listening to some new recordings he was giving himself. George Mason dug his nails into the palms of his hand until the pain balanced the misery in his mind. Nobody would come and let him out. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Miserably, the whole of Christmas Day went by, and the succeeding night. On the morning after Christmas, the head clerk came into the office at the usual time, opened the safe, then went on into his private office. No one saw George Mason stagger out into the corridor, run to the water cooler, and drink great gulps of water. No one paid any attention to him as he left and took a taxi home. Then he shaved, changed his wrinkled clothes, ate breakfast, and returned to his office where his employees greeted him casually. That day, he met several acquaintances and talked to his own brother. Grimly, the truth closed in on George Mason. He had vanished from human society during the great festival of brotherhood, and no one had missed him at all. Reluctantly, George Mason began to think about the true meaning of Christmas. Was it possible that he had been blind all these years with selfishness, indifference, and pride? Was not giving, after all, the essence of Christmas because it marked the time God gave his Son to the world? All through the year that followed, with little hesitant deeds of kindness, with small unnoticed acts of unselfishness, George Mason tried to prepare himself. Now once more it was Christmas Eve. Slowly he backed out of the safe and closed it. He touched its grim steel face lightly, almost affectionately, and left the office. There he goes now in his black overcoat and hat, the same George Mason as a year ago. Or is it? He walks a few blocks and then flags a taxi, anxious not to be late.
His nephews are expecting him to help them trim the tree. Afterwards, he is taking his brother and his sister-in-law to a Christmas play. Why is he so happy? Why does this jostling against others, laden as he is with bundles, exhilarate and delight him? Perhaps the card has something to do with it, the card he taped inside his office safe last New Year's Day. On the card is written, in George Mason's own hand, to love people, to be indispensable somewhere. That is the purpose of life. That is the secret of happiness. Thank you.
Guys, talk to me if you're about to reform. I swear I don't bite. You really need to talk to me.
Okay. This one goes out to all you guys and everybody else who has finals next week. Santa Claus is coming to town, and Hanukkah started last week. But here on campus, it's finals time, and things are looking bleak. I just don't understand calculus, and my English paper is due. It's supposed to be 2,000 words, and I have written a total of 2. My name. Rate my professor is making a list, and we're all checking it twice. So every kid next semester can see which professor's been naughty and which person's been nice. There's no place like home for the holidays, but the testing center's all right. At least I can listen to Christmas tunes while I stay up cramming all night. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and may all your professors curve your classes this year.
All right, let's give them a hand. Okay, this next group of performers is our last 4 performers of the night, so give it your all, keep engaged, give them your best. Okay, and Kelsey has more of her story.
All right. We've got 2 more parts to the story. We're almost there. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And all in one moment, to my sudden delight, his arms lifted left and then to the right. With soundings of horns that rang out through the night, the Scotsman began. What a dumbfounding sight. With no understanding of what, how, or why, I raised my arms up, and I raised them up high. I sang of the thistle and rose in Scotsman. Then, quick as it started, the song came to an end. Well, there are about to be a few more songs, but not from us. So, last 4 performers, give them your all.
Our last performers of the night are Amy Newson, Ann Peterson, Preston Alden, sorry, that's an L, and Braden Rode and Brendan Johnson.
Can I put it in front? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You?
It's short. Yes. I'll go. He gave a high five.
All right, my name is Amy Lynn, and when I realized that this was going to be like Christmas themed, I decided to play a song I wrote last year. I was still living at home, so I'm not now, but I feel like the lyrics still apply. So here goes. There's a novel from my grandmother, it's living on my desk. And a poem written last April, hiding beneath the crimson vest. I don't mind the weather, even though the sun is gone. Still thinking of the year, it's been so long. I'm torn up now. Thoughts are louder than sleigh bells. 'Cause holidays alone, still living at home's a little harder than I planned. With everything I know, this year I have grown, but still I thought that somehow I would find somebody to hold that rhymes with my own life this time. I'm hoping that next year's holidays will be a different kind. I'm living my dream. What if it turns into a nightmare? The moments pass, all I can do is stare. I'm breathing out, my head counts all the rhythms. 'Cause holidays alone, still living at home's a little harder than I planned. With everything I know, this year I have grown, but still I thought that somehow I would find somebody to hold that rhymes with my own life this time. I'm hoping that next year's holidays will be a different kind, but only if next year's holidays bring what I'm supposed to find. Thanks.
The power of dongles. Right there.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you.
All right.
And then just lower this one.
Right there.
That's perfect. Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm gonna play a nice little song for you all. Hold on to your socks. They may be knocked off.
A moment. Steel. Total mistake. Testing this kind of crooked mic. It's slightly crooked, but it's okay. All right. All right, I'm going to be playing a Coldplay song. This song is called Till Kingdom Come. And I really love this song for a lot of years now. All right. Steal my heart and hold my tongue. I feel my time has come. I heard you laugh, I heard you sing. I wouldn't change a single thing. And the wheels just keep on turning, and the drummer begins to drum. I don't know which way I'm going, I don't know what I've become. Hold my head inside your hands. I need someone who understands. I need someone who hears. For you I've waited all these years. For you I'd wait till kingdom come, until my day is done. Say you'll go and set me free. Just say you'll wait for me. In your tears and in your blood, in your fire, and in the flood. I heard you laugh, I heard you sing. I wouldn't change a single thing. And the wheels just keep on turning, and the drummer begins to drum. I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know what I've become. For you I'd wait till kingdom come, until my days are done, and say you'll go and set me free. Sorry. Just say you'll wait for me. Just say you'll wait for me. Just say you'll wait for me.
Wherever you want to stand. Okay. I need to grab this. Okay. Is there anywhere I can? Yeah. Right. Should I? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure it works right. So I want you to strum first. Strum. Yeah. Okay. Justin. I'm telling you to test it. Keep going. Okay, well, you're plugged in. It should be coming through there, and it should be going in here. So yeah, you might just have to do it directly. Test. Yes. Oh, there we go. He didn't turn it on. Plug it back into that one. What? He didn't turn it on. Plug it back into that one. You just need to not mute it. I wasn't talking to you, by the way. It's good. All right. Test it. Is it on? There we go. Okay, now you test. All right, is that coming through? Is it beeping? Okay, good. And then you still mute? Yes. All right. Yes.
Hey everyone, we're Lost on Main Street. We're going to be performing our first original for you guys today.
All right, how you guys doing tonight? All right, this one's for you girls who feel a little less than typical. I mean, typical. You send me a text, I'm doing just fine. You tell me it's nothing for the 100th time. I send you a text, you can talk to me. You tell me that you're nothing but quite honestly. Just tell me why you think you're typical. Tell me why you're always skeptical. Tell me what's on your mind. I can see you and I were always meant to be. Listen to the cries of jealousy, 'cause girl, you're far from typical. Your lipstick's on, your hair is a mess. You look into the mirror, but I must confess, you're looking like an angel, why can't you see? You tell me that you're ugly, but quite honestly, just tell me why you think you're typical. Tell me why you're always skeptical. Tell me what's on your mind. I can see you and I were always meant to be. Don't listen to the cries of jealousy, 'cause girl, you're far from typical. Every time that you laugh, I can't help but smile. Baby, I love you, it's worth all the while. You fall on the stairs and fall onto me. You tell me that you're klutzy, but quite honestly, just tell me why you think you're typical. Tell me why you're always skeptical. Tell me what's on your mind. I can see you and I were always meant to be. Don't listen to the cries of jealousy, 'cause girl, you're far from typical. Tell me why you think you're typical. Tell me why you're always skeptical. Tell me what's on your mind. I can see you and I were always meant to be. Don't listen to the cries of jealousy, 'cause girl, you're far from typical. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause girl, you're far from typical. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause girl, you're far from typical. Yeah, yeah. Why you always skeptical? Because we both know you're far from typical. Also, we're looking for a drummer, so if you guys are interested, come talk to us after. Your hat's all the way over there, bro.
Wait, it's on. Okay, we have one more performance for you. It's Jonah Fiegelson.
Okay. So sorry. Are you using vocal? Okay. Here. Stand. Where you're gonna stand. There you go.
Okay. Sweet. Hey guys, I'm Jonah Fiegelson. I'm gonna sing you a song. This is a little spur of the moment, but I wrote this song a while ago. It's called When You Get Home. And yeah, I hope you like it. Here we go. She looks lovely. Hold on, this is not the right key. Give me a second. We are having a problem. I think it is the right key, actually. Feels really high. We're gonna see how this goes, okay. She looks love. That's way too high. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna sing it down here. Sorry. She looks lovely with the one that she loves. Oh, I know what's going on. Sorry. One more time. Bear with me. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. There it is. She looks lovely with the one that she loves. I ain't even jealous of him. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy for them. Sure, she's lovely, but she ain't why I'm crying. I just want someone to. Yeah, I'm still waiting up for you. And when you're here, I'll kiss your lips like no one's ever done. Wrap you up inside these arms and make sure you know you're the one that I love, and you won't ever feel this alone. When you get home, well, I pay bills on time and there's wood on the fire. And I'll do the cooking, no need to hire anyone. No, but this place feels kinda empty, doesn't have a heart. House needs a woman, you're the most important part. You're the one that I love, and you won't ever feel this alone. When you get home, you get home, you get home. And I promise that I'll listen, I'll give you all I got. Girl, I just might marry you on the spot. You're the one that I love, and you won't ever feel this alone. And you'll look lovely, and you walk through the door. I know you'll get here soon. I'm still waiting up for you. Thank you. Thank you. Go Aggies.
All right, can we get a round of applause for all of our performers tonight? All right, and to end off our poem for the evening, here it goes. He gave a high five. That's his thing, I suppose. And with a quick nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to the bus, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Happy Pobev to all, and to all a good night.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Get home safe.